Visualize a scene for me. It's a prom night. Everybody's dressed up to look the best. Some of them are going to the party as couples, and well, some are gallivanting off with their friends. It's an inspiring time for every student in high school. In the meantime, students from two warring dojos have made it to the list. Two couples with a history of cross pollination are at each other's neck, desperately searching for closure, mostly with the fists. Less be said about their allegiance to their karate dojos, lest the joy of the party would quickly transform into a scene from Fist Fury. They had been avoiding each other the whole evening, well aware their actions would bring back bitter memories from the school compound not so long ago that became an unfortunate witness to a bevy of action bringing down the school's reputation. Suddenly their eyes met, pushing the other person to freeze with guilt, and before the abstract warning bell rang, chaos has switched definitions. Scarcely before one awakes to reality, then they are already exchanging fists and kicks with a feverish desire to end the awkwardness. Before I jump to talk about the show, I wanted to share a snippet of one of the scenes from one of the episodes in a sincere effort to let you know what it is composed of. The show narrates the turmoiling journey of the high school students by shedding a most serious tone and embracing the jollification of the subject that comes with numerous martial arts based dramas. Remember the Karate Kid film released in 1984, which became a precursor to the tetralogy, spawning four movies scattered across the decade. The franchise was a colossal success in the years it ran on the movie halls, and even beyond, it acquired a cult following. History has been a witness to movies orbiting the subject of martial arts, but none featured a kid walking at the center stage in a well organized display of throwing punches and kicks like Karate Kid. It had a tremendous fan following, even spawning a remake featuring Jaden Smith and Jackie Chan that was made in 2010, albeit with mild success. The story revolved around the omnipresent menace of high school bullying subjected to a naïve kid called Daniel Larusso. After surviving constant bullying for an extensive period, he lands himself an acquaintance with a sensei who taught karate. The rest needs no introduction. If you still do, then do yourself a favor and watch the movie. Cobra Kai is a direct sequel to the movie franchise. Ralph Macchio playing Daniel LaRusso and William Zabka playing Johnny Lawrence, who reprised their roles 34 years after Daniel LaRusso gave a fitting reply to the bullying of Johnny Lawrence with a kick that shattered the latter's career in the annual karate championship. Johnny remained bitter at heart for losing a crucial karate championship that caused him to meander with life's goals. Daniel, on the other hand, soared professionally and personally. The series puts together a compelling account about what happens when the duo goes against each other, enacting the roles of senseis of opposing dojos in a tad non-identical face-off than what we saw in the original. Over the 4 seasons, the series has undergone an immense transformation from exploiting the differences between the duo to bringing them together, albeit reluctantly, to face their common enemies. Some of the high school students played pivotal roles in their presence, with each season introducing some new characters and at the same time pulling a curtain on a few others. The series has been a strong proponent for endorsing martial arts to combat bullying of any nature and using the parallel hacking on the roots of the society to alter the narrative into a battle of the dojos. The transformation is a gradual process that lends a distinct color to the narration. Sadly though, at regular intervals spread throughout the show, we are introduced to the characters who have suffered bullying in a variable form, prompting the plot to use this as an excuse to advance its narrative. Instead of showing their reliance on the discipline as a subtext, the series builds a gradual momentum by casting away the demons of oppression. This is not to say that the lesson learned in the importance of the fight against oppression is not welcome. One would say, I'm picking nits here, but that's the only sore point I notice about the whole show. The series shows a guiding light to cover the pedantic nature of karate teaching in an absolute riveting manner. It constantly finds surprising ways to impress the viewers by investing mind-boggling time in making the art look real. The air flips, the kicks, the fists, and everything that accentuates the beauty of martial art have been tactfully handled in the show. The performance of the lead characters is another high point. The way the story casts a great deal to detail the aftermath of the events 34 years hence, the output would have been disastrous if the duo had not kept the Rai chemistry alive more than 3 decades later. The bitterness towards each other cannot be mistaken for some fallen piece of an acting job. As a matter of fact, the deep-rooted hate for each other never once seems made up. The effort is every bit sincere when the two are settling scores with each other on the dojo mat or when the two are drinking away to delusion. The chemistry is just perfect. The performances of other cast members like Miguel, Samantha, Robbie, Ali the Hawk, and Dimitri, to name a few, make the show every bit enjoyable. The most heartwarming feature that stuck the most is how every character introduced comes with a compelling backstory, some of whom find the connections back to the tetralogy. The frequent flashbacks extracted from the movies help refresh our understanding and awareness about the character, giving us a vital launchpad to appreciate the place it comes from, be it for playing the negative or the positive part. The writing of some of the characters has been consequently blurred for effect to hide a one-dimensional portrayal of the past by sanctioning a generous breathing space to aid their development. The show has definitely nurtured year on year that strives to bring distinctive enthusiasm that doesn't conclude with the conclusion of the season. Season 4 has ended on a high that leaves a lot of dots to be connected when we venture into Season 5. You can definitely watch it for amusement, performances, and learn a thing or two about martial arts. I would rate the show 4 on 5. Thank you.